What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal Evo RTG. This is the team we've got right now. We're going to be taking Lena Hurtig into some rivals game. Actually, I might start Champs Qualifiers today. I will. I'm going to start Champs Qualifiers because we want to get her 4 wins, play 4 games, and score 6 goals. We're going to be continuing in the 4-2-2. And yeah, this gets her up to where she should be. She doesn't actually get the full boost of what's been offered from EA, which is 4 dribbling in total. And she only ends up picking up, I believe, 3 dribbling off the back of it. There's been some issues with the Evos. Yeah, this is where we're going to run. We're going to have Ruud Gullit at right back during the initial phases of these games. I'm hoping this team plays well. The really, really interesting thing, I was looking at this team, right? And I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, there are no Evos in this team. Saliba, Hurtig because we're working on her. Saliba is the only Evo in this team. Yes, Catley was in the team. And I could put her back in over Suker, actually, and change the team around a little bit. I'm going to put Catley back in. We've got a few other good Evo cards that are available. You know, perhaps Ben White over Lucio, just to give us a little bit of Evo players. But we're going to talk a little bit today about the overall Road to Glory setup. And one of the things that has... So the reason why my thought process is where it is, first of all, if you're enjoying the content, drop a thumbs up. It would be much appreciated. Second of all, let's go back to where we was like that. Second of all, thank you for being here. I do massively appreciate it. And yeah, third of all, where I was looking back at the channel last year, you know, this time last year. I was like, what was I doing last year? We had just uploaded the 4-hour Road to Glory, you know, where we played the game for 4 hours and saw what we could get. And, you know, I think we could probably do another 4-hour Road to Glory this year as well. I've got a new series coming, which is Road to Glory short form themed, but you're going to have to wait a little bit of time for that because I've got to get some ducks in a row before we can start processing that series and making that series. But with that being said, I was thinking to myself, like, what's been the difference between me still playing the RTG this late into the game this year, whereas last year we had already stopped, like, 3 weeks ago on where the RTG was. The year before, we had already effectively stopped by now. It was getting, like, tumultuous, that's for sure. What is it that's keeping me playing this time? And the answer is extremely simple. Evolutions. And I was looking at Kai Havertz's left-back card with whip pass, and yeah, he's fun, and it was fun using him, you know, in the... using him in the... setup that we had him in, where we was whipping passes to like Gullit, the striker, and stuff like that. It was fun, but it just is not the... He's not the Evo card. And although he's got a playstyle plus that certainly makes sense. By the way, we now have Hurtig on 5-star, 5-star. Can you believe it? She can't score. Should have finessed that around the keeper. And so I looked at even that Havertz, and I'm like, man, I should just go and get back the other Havertz, shouldn't I? That should be me right now, is getting the players... Oh, I like this Gullit card. Oof, big save, Casillas. Getting the players that I like and playing with them. And then I thought to myself, how good was I at this game last year? Now, I'm not saying at all, not saying I was like outrageously good, because I wasn't, right? I was good at this game. I was good enough to win drafts consistently. I was good enough to get 11 wins in champs without trying. 14 wins reasonably off, well, every time, and 16 wins if I was like sweating it. I was good enough to get into the... I think we only got to Division 1 last year, actually. And then I stopped because of the friendly situation. But I was good enough at this game, and I liked that. And you don't like, in hindsight, I kind of took it for granted a little bit, right? Oh, this guy's pushing hard. In hindsight, I took it for granted a little bit. And I thought to myself, in spite of the fact that I've been playing this game more than any other game, I'm just not... This guy's on absolute constant pressure. I'm just not good at this game. I'm just not good enough at this game. And I definitely need to work on that. And that will either happen or it won't. You know, we're going to have to figure that out one way or the other. Oh, that is so poor. Maybe it's just the natural decline and I'm just not good enough in general anymore. Maybe it's just the specific game that I'm not good at, and next year will be different and I'll be good again. Maybe it's just me overthinking it and I'm just in my head. Actually moved the keeper there and I nearly got it. Who knows? Who knows, right? Who knows? But outside of actually just playing the game, I really enjoy this game, and I couldn't put my finger on why, really why. I mean, I know why, and you know why, and we've discussed why, and the whole point of this series is why. But I couldn't put my finger on specifically what it was as to the why. But of course, Ian, right? Of course, the why, he's got chip shot as well. That's awful. That's awful. Of course, the why is Arsenal and evolutions. There's one thing I really enjoy playing in last year's game as well with certain cards that we had, like that Patrick Vieira World Cup card. And the thing that I enjoyed that year was he's an ex-Arsenal player, and he was just an absolute demon in the game as well. But I enjoyed the fact that he's an ex-Arsenal player. We had, I can't remember what year it was, but we got Nketiah and Smith Rowe, I believe it was. We got a special duo of those guys, and that was real cool. And I played with those cards a lot because that was real cool. We also have a few other years prior where, you know, towards the back end of the game, we get certain special Arsenal cards, and it's always real cool. And so, you know, the Arsenal element is certainly... Whoa, look at Schmeichel coming out like fire there. The Arsenal element is certainly a really massive... Okay, I have not pressed anything except shield there to just try and pick up the ball. The Arsenal element is certainly a massive part of all of this, right? That is undoubted, undeniable, 100% certifiable, and then the Evo side of things as well. You know, one of the other things that we massively get attached to is first owner players and players that we play a lot of games with, even if they're not necessarily the smartest player to use. I'm playing so bad here because I'm trying to talk at the same time. But yeah, even if they're not necessarily the smartest player to use, we still use them because there's not a lot better than using first owner players, you know? Like, it's one of the aspects of this game, again, that I just really like. How has he managed to get a leg around there? That's crazy. Yeah, it's one of those aspects I just really like. I don't necessarily know why I really like it. I don't know, like, what mentally it does. Give me that. But makes me really like it. I just really like it. And that's for Zidane, eh? He was like literally clean through there as well. And so this guy surely must be low on stamina as well because he is on constant pressure. And so that's where we're at. Oh, Cornian. That's where we're at. And so I started, like, you know, we talked about it briefly in the... Like, I've shot near post waiting for that movement. Sod off. We talked about it briefly in the last episode. And we're going to talk about it briefly again right now. But looking at this team and not seeing too many Arsenal players is not what I want to see from my teams. And in general, it's not the reason why this series is here. And whilst I'm not saying that I'm necessarily going to get rid of, like, Ruud Gullit out of the team or anything, or even, like, Dennis Bergkamp or anything, I'm not necessarily going to get rid of anyone or anything out of the team. I need to find that better mix of making sure I've got... Come on. That's poor. That's poor. Making sure I've got... Don't give a foul for that, EA. Whoa, whoppa. Oh. Hold on, I'm trying to focus here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, making sure I've got the right balance of players I actually love and players that are going to help me win. And in this, at the very least, in the formation that we're playing now and in the setup we're playing now, the Kai Havertz I currently have is not a player that I love and not a player that is letting me win. And he's not helping me win in the current setup, right? He was helping me win in a previous setup. You know, those whip passes were really nice. But I think I just want to switch back into that Kai Havertz that we've got so many games on and carry on building those games, because one of the things that I really like is looking back on things, and the journey is certainly enjoyable. And I'm going to get to another point in a moment about Foot Accountant. The journey's certainly important, enjoyable, but there is things that I love seeing, and it was this guy that had Mario Gomez last year or the year before he was a hero. He had his common gold card and had played nothing but champs and rivals with him, and he kept proving this by showing the fact that he had 0 squad battles games played, and that's obviously the only place that you can get like the rewards from, right? So he had nothing but champs and rivals on this Mario Gomez base gold card, and he had over 1,000 games, over 1,000 goals, and a whole bunch of assists as well. And it's like, I look at that and I think, I just want that. And if the journey is like not easy to track because it's too many games and people just generally might like lose interest, even though they might enjoy it in the short term, then so be it. I don't mind that, right? Like I want it for me. I want that journey for me. And that's where I'm kind of at now. That's an awful shot. Is I want to get to the end of the game, like I've proclaimed so much throughout this series already. I want to get to the end of the game cycle and have thousands of games and thousands of goals on my Evo cards, and that will never happen if I'm constantly changing them out for players that have very little to do with the process. And we have like Catley now, and I mean, Catley is delightful. And because she's so high rated, she's definitely somebody that is going to be in this team for a long, long, long time. And I was thinking about Team of the Year, right? And now, whilst no Arsenal player may not actually get a Team of the Year, a lot of Arsenal players are going to get Team of the Year nominee cards. And the reason why we know that is because we've kind of already seen the nominees, like all the women that have been like nominated for the women's best 11. And then you've got the men's like nominees have kind of been quote unquote leaked. Don't let that go out, Martinelli. Not that it's been, hey, maybe you could have let that go out, Martinelli. Not that it's been leaked, but you know what I mean? Like it has been like kind of leaked. And I'm sitting there and I was thinking like, oh, I can't wait to get those Arsenal players in my team. You know, like let's say Saka gets a Team of the Year nominee or Team of the Year honourable mention. That's going to be great. Let's say one of our strikers I think it was Russo, has got the woman's sort of best woman's like nominee and stuff. And I'm like, okay, we could have some players here, which would be amazing. But then I was thinking like, I don't want those. Like one of the reasons why I've kind of like lost interest in this game over the last several years, one of the things that constantly makes me be like, I just can't be bothered, I just don't want to do this, is literally the fact that, let's put Davor Suker on as well, is literally the fact that I'm not attached to the players. Even if they're like Arsenal players, I'm not attached to the players. And the thing that attaches me to the players is these Evos, man. Like, oh, how's that a corner? I can't get enough of them. And it's so frustrating for me internally, because if I was as good at this game as I was in previous years of FIFA, I would be able to play with these Evo teams and still get 11 wins absolutely comfortably and be okay with that, and get ourselves into, you know, Division 2, Division 1 comfortably and be okay with that. And generally, like, enjoy the experience of the game a little bit more because we're winning. Like, not even winning more, because that's not what it's about. It's about winning comfortably. And if we're able to win comfortably whilst using these Arsenal Evo players, that's when the series, for me, that's why I'm playing the series so much. That's why I'm uploading it so much, because I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. And I was just looking at my team before I started recording here, and I just thought to myself, like, this isn't the team that I want. This isn't the team that I built. And yes, I absolutely want to use some of the best players in the game. And as I say, like, internally for me, one of the things that is a real big frustration is genuinely the fact that I'm not good enough at the game to actually play with the team that I would love to play with. And what we'll do is, after I've played and hopefully won this game now, 73rd minute, what we'll do is I'll build the team that I want to play with, and we'll see how we do with it. Because it's only qualifiers and it's not the end of the world if we take a loss. You know, it's not like it's champs finals where I want to get the good wins and the good rewards. It's only qualifiers where we can get these packs just from grinding league SBCs, not a problem. We'll see. And who knows? Maybe I've improved. Maybe the team's improved enough to the point where it's like, yeah, okay, we can do a little something here. Maybe I play like that I do with the shitters team, where I'm like, oh, actually, do you know what? I play better because of the fact that there's no pressure to win. And maybe I'm just awful and I get absolutely battered with the team. I don't know, right? I don't know. However, I want to play with the team I want to play with. And that's all there is to it, really. And it's just frustrating for me that the 1 year that we actually get a game that suits me better, and I'm not saying Evos are perfect, and I'm not saying this gameplay is perfect. I'm not saying anything about this game is perfect, to be perfectly honest. But the one thing that is just the most frustrating thing is just how well suited to what I wanted to do for a Road to Glory FC24 has genuinely been. And then it's the first time since, I want to say, FIFA 14. And hilarious, it's 10 years later, actually. But yeah, I want to say it's the first time since FIFA 14 where I stand here or sit here and play this game and think to myself, I don't get this game. For some reason or another, something is not clicking with me and this game. And I can still get wins because I've still played this game enough and I'm still competent enough to get wins. And we obviously can still get 11, 12, 13 wins a weekend. We can still, I'm in Division 4 right now, pushing up the ranks in Division 4. That's fine. I can still get those dubs. And we can still get by, right? But how frustrating is it that the year... One's easy. That's all you, buddy. The year where the game is just catered, the best it's ever been catered for us, is the year that I struggle within the gameplay. And maybe it's like that same thing that it's been for a while for me, where it's like that self-inflicted kind of pressure that's causing me to play worse because I'm putting myself under unnecessary pressure. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that I'm just bad, right? Maybe it is just that I'm just bad. But either way, I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated that I can't sit here and play 1,000 games with the team I want to play 1,000 games with because I'm not good enough to get the games that I want, to get the wins that I want to get the wins with. And in the same time, in the meantime, what it's ended up causing is like a real downturn in my morale within the videos. And there was a couple of videos last week, and I'm like, I've watched them back, and I was like, man, my demeanor is like, I'm sad, and I look like I'm not enjoying. That's handball. I look like I'm not enjoying myself. I'm just going through the motions, and I don't want to be someone that goes through the motions. I want to entertain you guys. I want to educate you guys. I want to teach you guys how to do menu grinding. I want to teach you guys how to get the best out of evolutions. I want to teach you guys how to play this game in an efficient way, like the Road to Glories have been for the last sort of 5 or 6 years, and enjoy yourself on these games whilst playing these games, right? And again, it is just incredibly frustrating that is not possible due to me not being good enough at the game. That's a really sad one. That's like a sour pill to swallow, that one. And so this is the team that I'd much rather play with. We've gone for Blackstenius and Havertz up front. We're going to play in the 4-2-2. We're going to have Hurtig and Gabriel Martinelli at cam. We're going to have Partey and Ødegaard at DM. I know Ødegaard's not suited for DM, but we're going to see how it goes with him there. And then we've got McCabe or Walty to sub on. We've got White, Saliba, Maritz, and Catley along the back line with Ramsdale in goal. And we've got in the reserves now Pele, Zidane, Wright, Bergkamp, Hullet. Don't have here Pires among like a whole bunch of other cards, Schmeichel that we've been using. And, you know, like, listen, these guys have been brilliant, right? Like, I've thoroughly enjoyed using these. Ian Wright, 16 goals in 16 games is really good. And there is an argument to be made of like, wouldn't I surely have Ian Wright on the bench instead of Nketiah or Russo or whatever? But this is the team I want to play with, because if I could play and slay with this team, this is what I was talking about yesterday's video. That's when I'd be like, do you know what, guys? For a few games, we're going to play Pelova in at centre mid. Now, she's awful for defensive mid, like woeful, to be fair. but I want to try her out. So we're going to play with her instead. But we're going to see how it goes. So let's get into another Foot Champs game. Let's see if we can... Sorry, Champs Qualifiers game. Let's see how this team matches up now that I haven't got the Hullits and Zidans. And one of the things that's been really weird for me this year in the game, because I've been playing with the Shitters team and because I've been playing with this Evo RTG, and only very recently have we started adding in like hyper end game meta cards or like just great cards like Pele, like Hullit, like Zidane. One of the things that is always like noticeable to me compared to when I watch some of the best players in the game play this game, you know, like the like some of the hashtag guys, I really like watching them, whether it's someone like Bateson or A9 skills. One of the things that's always noticeable is I play with the good players like they're bad players. And so I don't even get the most out of them anyway, in spite of the fact that I've got them. And that is, to me, quite bizarre. You would think that I would be able to learn how to utilize these best players to my advantage. Now, this is only qualifiers, right? And so... I'd be reasonably upset if I couldn't still get 6, 7, 8 wins with a team like this. Even though it's only qualifiers. She didn't hit that properly for me there. And so it begins. I know he might have butchered it. He has. He has. Thank God I didn't foul there properly. That's nice. Yeah, and so let's get into this game. I'm going to talk less in this one and focus a little bit more. And hopefully we'll be able to utilize this team to actually get us what we want. We're passing like that, mind you. Go, Gabby. I should have squared that. That's a big save from Schmeichel, but I really should have squared that. Here is Hurtig. And here is Blackstenius. And that's the duo. That's the duo of dreams right there. Lena Hurtig, well on her way to becoming a nice asset for this club. And Blackstenius, man, she was actually, before I got Ian Wright and Davor Suker, she was like half replacing Pele for me, man. Like, I was genuinely like, yeah, I like her. Like, she's good. She's got some of the real cool play styles and play style pluses and such. And I was enjoying using her. And then I went away from it. Why? Because Ian Wright. All right, let us not get countered. That's it. Just defend nicely. Let him have the ball there. Don't draw the defender. That's it. And then get the block off. Never mind. So dumb, innit? It's so dumb. So it's just too easy. And it's like, I don't know if having like Lucio and the other players that I would have had in this team would have made a difference right there. But it feels like they would have done. That's a foul game. Oh, let's not worry about those. All right, here we go. Blackstenius. Big save. Do you know what's mad? He overran his defender massively there. And I could have just kept walking that one in. That's my bad. I just done awfully there. And that, again, is the difference, right, of having, like, an Ian Wright there. Ian Wright scoring that, innit? Because he's got the Trivella. And if he hasn't got the Trivella, he should have the Trivella. Or having, like, a Davor Suker there. Something like that. Either way, 1-1. I've had countless attacking chances here. There's you know, with 60-40 for possession. This guy's had 6 shots to my 5. Let's bring on McCabe for Hurtig. But Erdegaard in that left cam spot for a bit better passing. Let's bring on Russo for Martinelli. Because I'm not even using him better. And see if we can get some whip passes across. Go, Kai. Let's go, Kai, baby. Let's go, Kai, baby. That's a hell of a finish. Kai Havertz scores again, guys. And we're another game and another goal closer to the 1,000 on him. And that finish was absolutely banging, to be fair. There we go, into Russo. Erdegaard. Bosh. Love that. There we go. Come on. Come on, the boys. Nice, Sally. What? Just kidding. Yep, obviously. And that, again, guys, lets you know the difference. And I can say, even though we're winning this game at the moment, it's been significantly harder with the team that we've got. And even though Saliba is in our, like, regular main team, it's things like that that cause the issue. Like, you know, Van Dijk or, like, Van Dijk or, you know, even Lucio or Blanc or whoever it may be. They just get that ball. Like, I've got intercept plus on Saliba, and he still doesn't come away with that ball. And that's the sort of thing that's crazy triggering, right? And there again, like, they're the sort of things that you're like, yeah, that's why this team doesn't really work for those situations there. But this guy's been on, like, some press, some hard press. So we're just going to let him keep pressing. If this does end up going to 3-3 and to, you know, to extra time, I would feel reasonably confident based on who we've got. Go on then. King Kai scores again. King Kai scores again. We love that. Oh, it's good to have him back in the team. It really is. It's good to have him back in the team. Kai Havertz with the finesse shot of dream. Look at that little 1-2 there with Blackstenius, and then boom. Hits that finesse just like that. Top bins, thank you very much. Now, again, what I will say, guys, right, is this has been by no means easy. It's definitely been, like, more challenging. But, you know. You know. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, haven't you? Kai Havertz scores again. That is right. That is a... Oh, you relax, pal. That is a hat-trick for your boy. That is a hat-trick for your boy. That's nice. I even waited, like, I didn't want to shoot with, I don't know, who's that, Basha getting onto the, back onto the goal line, just in case it hit into her. But we've actually ended up coming away with a comfortable victory, mostly because this guy went super press. And, you know, he paid the penalty of that lack of stamina towards the back end of the game. However, that was a lot tougher. It was a lot more challenging, but a lot more rewarding. Yeah, that was a lot more challenging. Who did what in this game? We got a goal with Blackstenius, 2 assists with Russo, an assist with Hurtig, a goal and an assist with Ødegaard. Sorry, 2 assists with Ødegaard. 3 goals with the King Kai Havertz, and further towards getting him to his 1,000. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. His 1,000 goals, his 1,000 games, and all of that good stuff. Where does that leave him? Yeah, that's now 960 goal contributions in 987 games, which is outstanding. Blackstenius, 47 and 27 now in 64. And like I say, like, maybe I need a little bit of work on the way I'm playing, but this team is certainly, like, a little bit more fun. It is just mad to have this caliber of player not even in the starting 11. And probably we could have done with, like, a Pele and a Hullet in that game at some stage or another. That leaves us with Hurtig, guys. 2 wins, 2 games. I need to score 6 goals with her. I'll just do that in a squad battles game because we're undoubtedly not going to get the 6 goals with her there. We've got Rivals rewards due for today's video, which may well lead us into the next level, which is just this. We're soon come level 20. We are getting the Versus/Fire and Ice promo. I've got 3 more games to get Jonathan Bamba and 3 more games to get Yerry Mina. I've done a whole bunch of the weekly theme team pursuit. I'll finish this off whilst getting Bamba and Yerry Mina. We've got 3 more wins to get in the winter draft play. 4 more wins, I beg your pardon, to get in the winter draft play to get the maximum rewards there. And I'm starting to get to that point where I'm like, do I now want to start saving for Team of the Year or not? It's so easy to get packs and to get fodder, but I've got these packs just from the things that we've done today. I assume based on how many packs that we've had already this year through just general play, that Team of the Year will be a pack haven because EA will just want people opening packs. They'll want to entice people into the store. So I don't know if it's, like, relevant to actually save packs. But also, wouldn't it be nice that first day that Team of the Year is in packs to have, like, a whole bunch of big packs to rip? And I don't mind that being the small rare gold players packs from League SBCs, from the Premier League SBC thing that I rinse over and over. I don't mind it being that because they're good. And they're exactly the sort of one that you'll just end up randomly getting a team of the year in. What we are going to do is we are going to open this 84x5 now. No, I'm not. I'm going to open this Jumbo Rare Players pack because I really want Urian Timber to start his thingy-mabobby. We are going to get Kobel, which is a walkout, which is nice. The duplicate walkout, which is not nice. And we also don't get Urian Timber. So I'm going to have to figure out somewhere to put these cards. And I'll be back with Rivals rewards. All right, guys, as promised, to end off today's video, we are going to go and grab our Rivals rewards. On this occasion, I am going to be taking untradables, mostly because we, of course, want to continue filling up the Winter Wildcard thing. We've got 80-ish completions to go. We get 700 XP, which is nice. 2 rare mega packs, 2 prime gold player packs, which is nice. I did do a few run-throughs of the League SBCs yesterday. I didn't particularly get anything of note, but from some of the dupes that I got, I've built a couple of the 85x2s. I will build the final 85x2 today and then do 3 more again after today too. Just to start building those up for Team of the Year. I think I do want to build for Team of the Year. I think I do want to start saving some big packs. I want to like commit to a specific thing for Team of the Year. And I think it's going to be like 83 pluses. So anything that has an 80, minimum of 83s or higher in will save for Team of the Year, and everything else will open. And then when we inevitably get to that point where, I really don't want to discard him, but never mind. Inevitably, when we get to that point where we can't see anything on here because we've got too many packs, we'll have to just start opening on a web app, or hopefully by then Team of the Year will be here. So let's see. We obviously can't get any of the Arsenal players, the common Arsenal players that I want from. That's delightful, isn't it? From these packs. But I really want Urian Timber. Somebody in the comment section of a previous video said, why not buy Urian Timber and use the upgrades on Tomiyasu? I just think Timber just looks better for me personally. So no special cards for us from our rewards, but some decent fodder, some good 83s and 84s and such. And do we get another shadow? We do not. We get the new bling ball. I'm not going to throw these players away, mind you, either. I will go and use those. Yeah, we've also got, actually, you know what? We've got a preview pack, so I will throw them away. Poor, innit? It's poor. But we shall end with our preview pack. And yeah, let me know what you think about what we chatted about in today's video, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. Is that? No. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. For now, guys, I'm out. Peace.